Are real estate agents more focused on becoming real estate influencers than they are real estate advisors? You've all seen it. You've hopped on Instagram and TikTok and you've seen that one real estate agent looking all spiffy, walking on screen, looking at the empty space and pointing at some words with that bam sound effect. You know what I'm talking about. Then you scroll through 3 or 4 people later and you see another real estate agent who hopped on the trend and is doing the same exact reel. After seeing about 5 or 6 different real estate agents doing the same thing, it kind of makes you start hating real estate agents. But I can't knock on them too much because some of them are really crushing it. They're doing it better than I ever could. They're selling homes, they're grinding, and they're helping some amazing people get into homes. But there are some real estate agents who are giving some terrible advice, in my opinion. And they're painting this picture that the real estate market is fine, there is absolutely no risk, you need to buy now, if you don't, you're a loser, buy now. But in reality, we know right now, it's really difficult to buy a home and to comfortably afford living there. So today I'm going over 4 real estate trends that I've seen on social media that just make me cringe. The first trending topic I see everywhere is buy now and refinance later. Buy now, don't worry about it. In a couple of years, the rates are going to fall and you can just refinance. Your monthly mortgage will drop and you'll be able to comfortably afford living in your home. You should never buy a home with expectation that the rates are going to drop and you can just refinance later. End of the day, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows what's going to happen. The feds were talking about dropping the interest rates in Q2 of 2024. That got pushed back to Q4 of 2024, and who knows if that's going to get pushed back any further. It's an election year. New presidential policies might come out. Funky things happen during an election year when it comes to real estate. Your mindset going into this should be worst case scenario. You know, if I buy this home and this is my monthly payment, can I afford this for the next 30 years? Or are you sitting here at the mercy of the unknown every year hoping the rates are going to drop? Every year you're just sitting there, please, rates drop. I can barely make a living right now. I am barely sliding by. And I don't think anyone should be in the position of hoping for the unknown. Also, you need equity to refinance. So let's say the rates do drop in a couple years. What if with that, the housing market crashes or something happens and prices go down and you don't have enough equity to refinance, or does it make financial sense to refinance? Then you're back at the beginning, placing your bets against the unknown. The second trend I see all over social media is that the market is not going to crash, prices are going to continue to rise, and it's because we have a lack of inventory. Now, I know there's some truth to the statement. There is a lack of inventory. This is nothing like 2008. We're not seeing the same patterns and events from 2008. Much different times. Truth is no one knows. Again, no one knows the future. No one knows what's going to happen. If you go back to 2017, 2018, you can look up articles. People have been arguing that the market was going to crash again. People were saying, no, it's not going to crash. And for every article about crashing, you had a counterpart to that. Back and forth, right? And then what happens? 2020, 2021, COVID hits. No one saw that coming. Everyone thought the world was going to end. And sure enough, once we start coming back from COVID, start recovering, market had soared. You saw prices go up 60, 70% in price. It's all opinion and no one knows what's going to happen. Yeah, realistically and historically, the market goes up and down, up and down. And you know what? When the market does crash, we're not going to know it's crashing until we're already crashing. But the general public, you guys, we all love this stuff, right? You probably go on there on Google and find dozens and dozens of articles. Is the market crashing? Is the housing market gonna crash? Everyone loves to know. Everyone wants to know. I get asked that question all the time. Hey Leo, what do you think is gonna happen to the market? And how I answer that question now is I don't really answer that question because at the end of the day, it's my opinion. And what I think is gonna happen in the coming years may or may not happen. So you need to do your own research, follow your own risk tolerance, and make your decision based off of that. Don't rely on someone else to tell you what the market may or may not do. Number 3, this one really bugs me. It's if you don't buy now, you're gonna regret buying later. It's fear-mongering or reverse fear-mongering, FOMO, whatever you want to call it. How dare you? Look, people want to buy. They'll want to buy and motivation for buying isn't the problem. It's that people realistically can't afford to buy right now. Interest rates are high. Housing prices are high. Not everyone came from California or New Jersey and were able to sell their starter home for an $800,000 or $1 million home over here and live like they're millionaires even though they're not millionaires. You're pushing people to buy outside their means. You're saying things like, oh, this builder over here is offering a 2-1 buy down. Look at that. Or this one over here is offering a 3-2-1 buy down. Go buy that. You can afford the payments. And once again, when rates drop, just go refinance like it's easy to do. You're making people feel bad that they can't purchase a home, which ties in the reason number 4. Renting is just paying someone else's mortgage. Now, of all the trendy topics I've covered, this is probably the one I can most get behind, but I don't like the rhetoric behind it. Being a homeowner does have a lot of advantage. You get tax breaks, you're building equity, and you have that pride of ownership. But at this point in time, the barrier to becoming a homeowner is higher than it's ever been. Prices are high, the interest rates are high, and we are facing inflation. I think we need to stop with the mindset that buying a home is an investment. A home should be viewed as a home, a place to live, grow, raise a family, and enjoy your life. Somewhere where you can live comfortably and afford the payments. And hey, years from now, if you find yourself with equity, great, you got equity, good for you. But if you come in with the mindset of, hey, 3 years from now, I'm gonna have X amount of equity, we're gonna take that, we're gonna sell, we're gonna go buy a new home in the area we really wanted to be. I think that's a mindset that needs to change. That being said, there are some advantages to renting over buying. If you're not ready to buy, you're only in a certain area for a certain amount of time. If you can't afford to purchase a home right now, renting is the only thing you can do. You gotta live somewhere, right? And you don't have to worry about fixing any major damages like a leaking roof or a busted AC. Imagine if you took some TikTokers' advice and you used all your savings, went to go buy a house, and 3 months in, it's the middle of winter, your heater goes out. You can't just call your landlord to come over and fix it. You gotta find some money to fix that. So what's the takeaway? Well, real estate agents, lenders, they're salespeople. They need to make sales. And spoiler alert, I'm a real estate agent. I'm a salesperson too. I'm a real estate agent in Boise, Idaho, and I'm here to hopefully build some level of trust with you, get you guys to know me, like me, kind of show my expertise, and hopefully one day work together. Because at the end of the day, I have a mortgage, I have a family, I have a son to feed, and I got expenses to pay. But hopefully, you find an agent and a lender who's like me, who's just kind of like, system, I don't like these trendy things online I'm seeing. Find someone who's not here to tell you what you want to hear and just be behind you saying, oh yeah, buy, 100%, no risk, go do it. Or my favorite, they use one of these trendy topics, kind of fear monger you into buying, and then right at the very end, they throw a little hook that says, oh, just buy when you're ready though. Like, oh please, you spent all this time fear mongering people, scaring people about the market, giving bad advice, telling people to buy because there's no risk going into purchasing a home. But it's almost a double-edged sword because you're eventually going to buy a home. And before you buy a home, you need to do the market research. You need the data. You need the charts. You need all the graphs. And the very people who are providing that information are real estate agents. So I know it's kind of weird because I spent this whole video kind of telling you not to trust real estate agents. But at the end of the day, you're gonna need a real estate agent's advice who knows the local market where you're buying. Because you can't go online and read an article from the New York Times written by a remote worker in Palm Beach of Florida about the Boise, Idaho market. Boy, I sound depressing. But what do? I mean, you need to buy a home, and here I am spewing that you can't trust anybody. Well, look, focus on your budget, focus on saving, and focus on educating yourself on the local real estate market. But how do you do that? Well, you got to talk to real estate agents. You got to talk to multiple real estate agents. You got to cipher out the fluff that they give you of, yeah, it's a great time to buy. Go beyond that. Ask them about the numbers. Show the data. Show me what has sold, what is active. Do they talk numbers? Are they able to prove everything they're talking about that it's a healthy market. Look, there are great real estate agents out there. Not just me, I can refer you to other agents if you don't want to work with me who I think are amazing and great, wonderful people. Let's be honest and say, hey, I am not looking to buy until next year when the market aligns with a budget that I am comfortable with. Between now and then, send me market update reports. Give me a call every month and fill me in on what's happening on the market. Show me the data, show me the numbers. And hey, if the agent works with you over the long run, checks in with you every so often, and provides you some value, that's a sign that they're probably a good real estate agent, as opposed to an agent who's saying, buy now. And if you don't buy now, they ghost you and don't talk to you anymore. Don't let the real estate influencers convince you that now is the best time to buy a home, even though it doesn't align with your budget. Focus on your budget, focus on savings, and when you think you're ready to buy a house, research the market, and if the market doesn't align with your budget, reevaluate and come back in a few months. If you need someone to bounce some ideas off of, here's my contact information. Feel free to give me a call. If you're considering moving to Boise, Idaho area, let's start talking. Nonetheless, subscribe to my channel and follow along.